Yes. Sorry.
It's 10 to 8, man. It's 10 to 8.
May as well.
We're here. You know what? It's the Hurricane Sierra. Why they called it Hurricane Sierra? I don't know who she is. Like, she was having a moment. We got a bit swept away. Issue 7.
Yep.
Key helicopter.
How's everyone?
We're cold.
Cold.
But we're
cold and breezy.
Cold and breezy.
Yeah. Living that life, man.
No, living that life. Right.
I ain't got no.
French Connection, your wind rush. Leave the coronavirus over there.
Yeah.
Stop. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, we
what the first lady of the Sourceful said.
We've been missing for like 2 weeks, man. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Life has taken over at some points, but we're back today.
We're here
now.
Yes, that's all that matters.
Yeah. So.
Yes, that's on the agenda.
What's script? So, firstly, Sam Raimi is to direct Doctor Strange 2.
Can't wait to talk about this. Yes.
I was so excited when I read it on the script. I was like, meltdown. Obviously, I love Sam Raimi. Evil Dead. He's made
Spider-Man trilogy.
The Shadow Man.
Yeah.
Right.
Dark Man. It was Dark Man. Dark Man.
Amazing.
Dark Man. When did you watch Dark Man, actually? Dark Man is with
the one where
Taken guy. What's his name? Liam Neeson. Yeah.
And then remember, he was a scientist, and he was doing something, and then someone left him over, and then he got blown up.
They put that that little duck thing. You know that thing where you move it and it goes tick tock tick, and it goes lower and lower.
Yeah. The thing that drinks water.
And he was like,
and then he got really badly scarred. Like he lost. I remember he's so gory, but he lost his lower jaw.
Yeah.
And then he's been, and then or I feel like before Mission
before Face Off and
did
before
the whole
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, he put the whole face on, and he only had a short amount of time with the new face, so he could find out who left him over and go see his wife.
You probably saw it at my house, you know.
I probably did. I can't remember. The only thing I know about concerns lie.
yeah, there is some concerns.
Guys, you guys are gonna be the ones that's excited.
Go for it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yo, like he's mad corny. Like he makes some cool, and I just mean like.
Yeah, I know he does.
Just he's fair.
Like Evil Dead, for instance. Like it's corny and but it suits it. It does suit the film and the way it is. Even Dark Man.
It's a cult classic now as well.
Yeah,
so it's like
definitely. And even like Dark Man as well. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was mad corny.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the worst of it was, I don't think I have too much of a problem with him being a director as long as he tones down the corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so this famous scene in Spider-Man 2, which incidentally is the best Spider-Man movie out of his one. Is when the end. Like, okay, I don't want to see Scarlet Witch crying all the time for no reason, because I know he just likes people to cry. I don't want to see Doctor Strange crying. I don't want to see him crying.
Yeah.
How's his cloak cool, like wipe his tears away?
I don't want to see any slow motion running.
You know,
their loved ones.
He's got a signature, and that signature is that high zoom, like into your face, horror, and then the slow running thing. Like
I don't even need to go into it. Like, you lot know what I'm talking about. I just don't. I don't want any of it. But this is what I've seen in a few videos, which is potentially exciting. If it weren't for him, and obviously whoever did the first X-Men movie, we wouldn't have the MCU as we know it, like superhero movies. No, sorry, Blade. Blade was the first. So Blade was the first, but I digress.
Yes.
There's the strong possibility that he could get Tobey Maguire back.
Do we want it? Do we want him back in there
as a cameo? Why not?
From the multiverse.
Imagine, if it's a multiverse,
they'll probably do that in Spider-Man though. That'll be a Spider-Man thing. That'll be a Sony thing.
The thing is, it would be a cool tease if they said, if they were going to test the waters and just showed us Tobey Maguire, a seasoned Spider-Man, because he'd be old now.
He would have been Spider-Man for a while. He'd have the gut and the jacket and the tracksuit bottoms and everything. I wouldn't mind seeing him. So it depends what they're doing with the Spider-Man. I wouldn't mind seeing Tobey Maguire in it, but it has to be something good. With Sam Raimi, he normally has Bruce Campbell in Is it Campbell in his movies? That would be sick. But again, they're corny, like you said, Karen. It's like I don't know. I am kind of excited, but I am kind of like, oh,
I'm here.
I think I'm excited for how Sam is it Raimi? I like how I'm excited for how, because when he does like high action, like a lot of violence, like he does a lot of violence. Which I like. So I like thinking that element is going to be nicely interjected in there. But again, I don't want it. Like we all don't want it in a corny way, kind of thing. And then it's as long as there's a nice balance. As long as you do. Keep it MCU. Consult with them brothers, the Russo brothers. Shit, have lunch with Whedon if you have to. There you go.
Like, just keep it MCU, and it will be cool. Hey, yo, Taika with that guy.
YTT.
Have lunch with him. Just keep it MCU.
Don't do Drag Me to Hell. Just do MCU. Even though that film was funny, I thought it was funny. I don't know why I thought it was funny.
I just think it could said Multiverse of Madness and tie into Scarlet, which is basically just her journey into becoming the most powerful character that we've got. I'm excited. I'm excited for the movie in general. So I just hope he does it justice. I don't think it's gonna suck. I actually think it will be alright. I don't think it'll be that bad.
Well, they've got a new. They need to get a new screenwriter as well. So that's another part of the news. So Disney Plus Loki head writer Michael Waldron has been tapped to write Doctor Strange. According to The Hollywood Reporter, and this news is coming from Newsarama. He's tapped because the screenwriter, apparently the original director, which is Scott Derrickson, and the screenwriter, which I don't have a name, Jade Bartlett, they got an unfinished script, and I think it wasn't submitted, basically. So
scripts. Come on,
so
people.
it's going to be interesting. It will be interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if it actually got delayed as well, to be honest. I really hope.
I don't mind if they're going to delay. Well, if you're going to delay it, make it a great delay. Or greatness.
Get
just bring, I don't know who you need to do for that. Just because we have Scarlet Witch and Vision and all of that. We just can't have it subpar. Was bar. Can't below the bar.
So hopefully we should be getting Doctor Strange on May the 7th, 2021. Alright.
Quick.
Interjection. Go ahead.
The trailer might. Falcon and Winter Soldier.
The Super Bowl trailer. Yeah.
Just a quick interjection because it's not on the script. Scarlet Witch and Multiverse of whatever that was called.
Madness.
Okay. Are you guys excited? Are you like? I can't wait for a proper trailer for these. In fact, bun the trailers. I want the show. I want the show.
I'm like, firstly, Disney. I know we're dropping the streaming service here.
Yes, next month.
Next month? No, then we can watch Mandalorian. But then, you know, I'm just ready for the streaming service because obviously I can't tie it to Netflix because everybody just wants my money. But I'm very excited about this because I'm like you said, like everything that's going to be happening in the MCU in the next couple of years is going to be, and I'm very excited about it.
Yeah.
I was thrilled because he looked like he was like, oh, how do I throw?
Nah, he threw it good, man. He threw it good.
Like,
he
did. It's just like,
good, but you can tell he's practicing.
Yeah.
He'll get it. I think. Quick theory.
Ooh.
I think they're gonna take. I think the government is gonna take the shield away from him.
Yeah.
And then give US agent, and he's gonna be like, but Cap gave me this. He's like, yeah, but it's government property.
Yeah.
I think that will happen. And then one way or another, that US agent guy.
The Black Panther will give him a shield. Give this man a shield. Give this brother a shield.
I think it's gonna be. I'm just excited for the. I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's been confirmed that. Sorry, this is a quick tangent. It's been confirmed that Nick Fury is on Sword. Sword is gonna be in it. Like that is just sick.
Well, Sword was in. I think that's in. What we got? Was it Scarlet Witch? I think it's in Scarlet Witch. There's a picture of a guy in a sword uniform. The Scarlet Witch trailer was actually pretty dope as well. It's gonna be weird, kind of seeing how that's gonna like turn up, like how that's gonna be. I think it's.
Someone on Twitter tweeted they were like, "Oh, I'm excited for Scarlet Witch, but I'm also quite devastated to see her go into this mental disarray." I'm like, but I'm here for it. But
have you not been reading the comics? Like,
I was gonna say, have you not read a comic book before? This is what I'm saying. There are two types of fans. I've been saying this. Back on the source wall, and I've been saying this. There are two fans: the ones that watch it in the cinema and the ones that read the comic books. And we know better. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
There you go.
That's why you should tune in every Wednesday around 7:30 to the source wall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
That trailer's sick.
It is.
Scarlet Witch was sick. And Loki, there was only a little bit of Loki, but that
a snippet.
Yeah.
There's some interesting things about that. There's some. I think there could be introducing some I think he could be going through different universes, and we could be introduced to different characters.
We got the Eternals coming.
You know why? You know why they already showed.
Could be.
It's coming to the screen.
They showed this snippet of Loki. Is because it's the best. It's going to be the best one.
You reckon?
It's good. They're like, we'll give them Falcon and Bucky. We'll give them Scarlet Witch. This stuff looks sick, but they're not ready for Loki.
Do you know what though?
Ready. That's what they're
saying.
Do you
know what though? Because all right, so you got Scarlet Witch. That's the magic side, and the what's the word? The sci-fi kind of side of it. You got Bucky and Winter Soldier. That's like the human government side.
Side.
And then you've got Loki. That's the universal side. So time travel, different universes, different. There's potential. There's loads of potential there, man. And I can't wait. I
would love it if in the next.
The next what? The next what?
We're so close.
Go ahead.
No, we can hear you. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I would.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
I was gonna say I would love it. I would love it if this Loki just straight up just stays evil in a movie, and then is just Loki,
Amazing. All right, let's move on before we can't.
Yeah. All right. So the next thing is Birds of Prey. Yes, indeed. So Birds of Prey.
It's not. Do you know what? Yeah. What? Back in the day, we've got all this comic book content. I've got comic books on the floor, under my bed, under my bookcase, underneath my. I've got
Rich takes a sip.
Yeah. There's so much content. And then DC Comics has decided to release a Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. I'm like, why? She wasn't one of them. There's pure content. Cuz, come on, man.
Apparently, it's a good film, though. Apparently, it's a good film. That's what. It's a mixed review.
I heard it was.
I bet if I go see that movie, I might enjoy it on some level. But it's always going to be to me. Do you know what? If it was a Harley Quinn movie, if they called this movie Harley Quinn, I probably would have gone seen that.
Well, that's another thing as well. Actually,
don't give me one thing and call it.
That's another thing. So the main news that I was supposed to say was that it's the first weekend it got 81 million worldwide, which really it's a lot, but it's not a lot considering it's a comic book movie and comic book movies get a lot more.
Comic book fans think.
So the it's actually a bit disappointing apparently, especially the domestic, which is 48 million. Sorry, no, it's 78 million from 78. Sorry, 48 million from 78 international box office markets. So yeah, it's not that great. And also about if it was called Harley Quinn, then you would go. It is actually called Harley Quinn now. They've changed the name to Harley Quinn.
But
I'm definitely not going to see that. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to see it. Are you trying to punk me? Do I look punk?
Basically, what they're saying is it's hard for people to search for the movie with that long title, so they just decided to call it Harley Quinn. I mean,
idiots! What Warner Brothers? What are you doing?
So,
let me just sum this up with a couple of points. Trash. Okay, that's all I have to say.
I ain't paying for that movie. You ain't getting.
I would see it if I had time to see it. I would go to a cheap cinema to see it, but
man's like, I'm going.
Sorry, Peckham. I was going to
see
say
this. Man's, I'm going to see Peckham for £3.
Yeah, I don't even know if I can go. That's the thing, though. I can't even go Peckham no more, man. I've had loads of bad experiences there, man. The only thing. Yeah, it is rowdy, but it's dirty as well, man. It stinks, man. It did stink in there as well. But what...
You get what you pay for. It's a £3 cinema.
Yeah, well, it's got up to £5 now, but...
The leather reclining seats.
Look, we're bougie out here, yeah? I want my leopard print. Yeah.
Smelling nice, clean
I want someone to give an announcement when it's about to start.
Yeah. The only thing I liked about Peckham, though, was when they did have the superhero movies, there was this guy that would be out there and he would have a little stall and selling his comics there as well. I haven't been there for such a long time, so I don't know if he's still there, but I always like to go there and check him, see what's going on there. But
big up to the man who sells comics. Listen to our podcast.
Cool, so that's it for Birds of Prey. I think we're done with that, is it? Yeah.
Swiftly.
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 So something we were supposed to talk about a couple of weeks ago, last week actually. Star Wars: The Clone Wars final season is coming soon to Disney Plus. So
I haven't even finished season 1 of that show. You know.
Do you know what? I've watched some of them, but I've not really kept up.
Yeah.
We're terrible. Why is it a general consensus for all of us? I'm like, I've dipped them out.
Yeah, because I know it's like considered. I've tried. I just can't get into it. I've really, really tried. I have the box set, the complete box set there. Because I thought I'm doing it. I'm gonna power through this.
Yeah.
There are some episodes. I think like seasons ones where it's like you really have to push through it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it picks up at season 2.
Yeah.
But season 1, I'll try. Because I'll try.
Yeah.
Well, good for the fan.
Zhao1, Sean, aka Sean. He said he's actually watched it and he likes it. So, what season are you up to date with it though? Have you watched all the up to seasons? Because it's now the 7th season, which is supposed to be coming out, and it's actually on the 17th of February. So yeah.
Oh, cool.
This one, The new season is shorter than most of the past seasons. It was cancelled back in 2014, but came back. Most of its seasons were 20 to 22 episodes, but season 6 was only 13, and now season 7 is just 12, presumably under 22 minutes as well.
They wrap it up.
So, and the thing is as well, it kind of does, from what I gathered, it does. It's in continuity with actual Star Wars as well. So, when we watched, when I watched Solo, when Solo was out, there's a bit of a spoiler at the end, and it's actually the same thing that's happening. It's hard to say.
Okay.
All right. Solo came out right at the end. Spoiler alert. Darth Maul is back, and he's got his robot legs, the same legs that he had in Clone Wars. So yeah. So it's definitely continuity. Speaking of Clone Wars and that.
Wait. The one thing I will say before you segue off of it.
Yeah.
What I did watch about that show, the best thing about it was her. I forgot her name. I can't remember how to pronounce her name, but she's so dope. And I wish I could have seen her in the live action movie.
Well, you heard her voice.
Even if she shows up like old or something.
You heard her voice in the last Star Wars. Ahsoka.
Did you?
Is it Ahsoka?
Yeah, it's Asani.
Ahsoka.
His name.
Star Wars people are tearing their
I know, right?
They're like,
sorry, man. I'm more of a Trekkie. I have actually, what I was going to segue to is I have tried to read the Star Wars comics, and I've just started reading. They've re-released. They've renumbered Star Wars now, and this one takes place after Empire Strikes Back. So it's immediately after Vader cuts off Skywalker's hand, and they all meet up. So all that stuff is actually pretty sick. It's pretty good. They got Star Wars, and they've got Darth Vader as well now. So, but yeah,
if only the film lived up to the TV show.
Honestly,
but we're not talking about that.
Honestly,
even though I haven't seen it.
That's why, Kerry, you haven't seen Mandalorian yet, have you? No.
You'll like Mandalorian, trust me.
Trust. Mandalorian.
Well, when I get Disney Plus, I'll give it a run through.
Yeah, no, it is good, man. It is good.
It is.
So next one. Speaking of, like I said, I'm not much of a Star Wars fan, but I am a bloody Trekkie. So. With this, again, I don't know, but Star Wars Section 31 will begin filming on May 4th in Canada. May the 4th be with Star Wars.
Are we still...
was waiting to do this.
Yeah. It actually just popped in my head. So
that's like Star Wars Day around the world.
Apparently, yeah. So this is coming from the GWW.com, and the GWW has learnt that the CBS All Access series Star Trek Section 31 will begin production on May 4th in Canada. Basically, it's a spin-off. If anyone's been watching Discovery, it's a spin-off of that show. Michelle,
that's one on Netflix, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Michelle Yeoh will reprise her role of Philippa Georgiou, and the series will focus on her adventures as a member of Starfleet Section 31 Division. Discovery and Short Trek's writers Bo Yeon Kim and Erica Lipholt will serve as co-showrunners. They also wrote the pilot. Producer Alex Kurtzman gave a comment regarding the show last year. He said, and I quote, "It occupies an area of Star Trek Trek universe that's never really been explored geographically. It has new mythology to it, which is very interesting, and it puts Michelle's character to the test in the ways in a lot of ways that Discovery can't. In some ways, it will be her Unforgiven, I would say."
Interesting.
Question.
Yeah.
The one on Netflix, the one that I watched season 1 of, I haven't watched season 2 of. First of all, question 1, is season 2 good?
Yeah, it's okay, it's good, it's alright.
Yeah.
Right. Does that show, is that show canon to all the other previous Star Trek TV shows?
No.
Well, it kind of is and it kind of isn't.
You got to see it as a multiverse.
No, I know.
Star Trek thing.
I know they travel through multiverses. That was pretty much the premise of season 1.
Okay, so basically,
no spoilers.
it kind of is and it kind of isn't. Yeah, there's a couple of things you've got to realise. What they've tried to do,
because it's the prequel, isn't it? It's like the pre. It's
a prequel to the original Star Trek. Now, obviously, we're in 2020. It's before Kirk. That's why
before William Shatner.
Yeah. So
I did not get that.
This being 2019, 2018, 2020, when they actually did start doing this. Our technology is a lot different than what it was back in the 60s when Star Trek first came out. So you got the visual aspects of it looking very different. And then there's certain things that happens with certain characters that the character has never ever explained something back in the original series. And now suddenly something to them, and they've never explained that certain person was something to them in the years that they've been on Star Trek. I'm trying to do it without spoilers.
What?
I
understand you.
When you watch it, you will understand. But another thing
is because then we've got this one on Netflix as well.
Yeah.
It's getting a spin-off. And then I was like, wait a minute, Picard is on Amazon.
Yeah.
So I was like, are they gonna meet? But is there? I'm just wondering if it's canon. If it's all
it is canon, but it happens before that. So but then something happens, and at the end of season 2. Watch season 2. Something happens.
I will, because you know what? It just occurred to me. I'm watching The Witcher now.
Oh, you haven't finished it yet?
Yeah. No, because I wasn't home last night. I'll watch it. Am I gonna watch it tonight? I'm watching it. But anyway, I need a show to watch after The Witcher, so I'll probably just jump onto season 2.
Okay.
Yeah, just finish it. It will make sense.
Carry on saying what you were
saying. This is good that they're doing a little spin-off of that. It was much more interesting. No shade.
Yeah.
But it was just, it had more ooh, what you been doing kind of thing. And,
I mean, that's the thing. That's the whole thing about prequels that I find really disturbing. It's like, you kind of know where it's going to get to. You kind of know where it's going to end up. And then you've got limits of your storytelling in the same sense as well. You can't really go too far. Yeah. You can't really go too far into fantasy because you've seen
done it
you kind of know where it's going to lead up to. So that's why for me prequels is a bit like
after so it's a continuation after of season 2 of Star Trek Discovery, and then we're just going that's calm. Then you can do a little flashback and a little ting.
But the whole thing all stems down to licenses and things like
those ideas.
It's all a license thing, which is why the movies is different from the series and all that shizzle.
We won't even get into that, but
and another thing as well, which I'm kind of peed off about, is that people like to call the character a Mary Sue and say certain stuff about her.
I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
Basically, the simplest way to put it is that a Mary Sue is basically a female Schwarzenegger or a female Van Damme in a sense. But it's basically it's not exactly
an insult.
Well, it's an insult to the whole word of it. It's because basically people like to moan that certain things happen to women in a way that they would all something like for instance Rey in Star Wars. How did she know the Force? How did she learn how to use a lightsaber? How did she learn how to fight? How did everything come to her in a way that isn't explained? It just seems to happen for her in a sense. But then we've been watching action movies for how many years, and that always happens, and nobody ever complains about it. No one ever says, "Oh, how is Schwarzenegger, like, how's he always dodging the bullets? He gets shot in the leg, but he can still run." And it's basically that.
What? So when it's a woman, it's questioned, and when it's a guy, it's not.
Guy is just.
That's my perception of it. It's not exactly right, but that's my perception.
I want an Urban Dictionary of this.
Yeah. But yeah, it's God, sorry.
No, go in the context of what you were saying. Like, who are they saying? Like, why? Why?
Shizzle. What's her name?
That is the most gangster explanation I've ever seen. It's very long, but I'll just go for the first sentence.
Go ahead.
Mary Sue is so perfect that he or she warps, and warps is highlighted. warps the world around them to display their perfection.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Basically.
Fair enough. The thing about saying it about Ray.
They say it about Michael Burnham in Discovery. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I think the majority of it, people like to complain about it. Like I've been watching a few YouTube channels, and I've just stopped watching them because I've realised who they are and what they do, and it's like it's like you say this, but then Michael Burnham, things happen for her, but you wasn't saying this about Captain Janeway or other characters,
Thank you.
Oh, look at
yeah.
It's a good example. Good example. The whole Fast and the Furious franchise, as much as I love it. Yeah, is that a good example?
That's a perfect example.
A very good.
Right. Those same people are like, oh, she's Michael's and Mary Sue, but they'll be in the Fast and Furious like,
yeah.
That was the best and physical description of the analogy. That's 10,000 points.
I'm working on my live action comedy, so I'm glad
that was amazing. Me and the kiddies are very entertained right now on a Wednesday.
That was brilliant. Thank you.
Cool. Let's
okay.
No Mary Sue, man.
Women can do what we want. Great.
Mary Sue though, for real. Like to me, that's a compliment.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. After reading the description.
Anyway, moving on to the master of Mary Sue's. We are moving on to comic news now. And the master of Mary Sueism is the master of the universe, or should I say the masters of the multiverse. Masters of the Multiverse issue 4 teases a dark end for the original.
Yeah.
The original He-Man. Yes. The original 80s He-Man
the power
is dead.
No! How do you kill He-Man?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying though. Skeletor. What the Skeletor?
So basically, there's a mini series.
Skeletor ain't killing nobody. Skeletor.
I always get Skeletor, Mumra.
Oh yeah.
Brother or sister or something. I'm like,
Did Mumra do it? Hey, yo, Mumra, if you take out He-Man, no, Mumra, if
I'm
you
this
take
close
out
to
He-Man, I will take out Lionel.
I'm this close to calling either one of my children Mumra or like Kylo Ren. I don't care. It's happening. Go ahead, sorry.
So basically, I didn't know this as well. Like I need to get this actually. The comic book miniseries He-Man and the Masters of the Multiverse has made good on its promise to unite every iteration of the classic fantasy sci-fi hero using the combined powers of the Grayskull to save reality. So this basic comic is you've got multiple different He-Mans in it.
The multiverse will just end up mashing you up. Man, shit.
So this is coming from CBR. However, the miniseries has not been without its fair share of tragic deaths and sacrifices as the team of He-Man faces off the sinister anti-He-Man, with several fan favourite incarnations meeting an untimely end. Now in a preview for issue 4, the surviving He-Man regroup and reflect on their recent losses, with the classic He-Man from the 1980 series apparently meeting a grim fate.
Original Aryan Nation.
A grim fate. Original.
Don't do that. Come on, man.
I'm joking. No, he was so
that.
blonde. He was so blonde.
He was, but don't draw attention to it. He-Man was like, come on, cuz.
Happy Black History Month. No, joking.
Oh man, I can't enjoy him now.
No, he was cool. He had the sword. He was a nice person. He was just so blonde. Go ahead, Rich. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Having said that, I always preferred Lionel.
Yeah.
And She-Ra.
He seemed to have had a bit more flavour than He-Man.
She-Ra had the unicorn. There was rainbows. That's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, so where was I?
Stirring the pot.
Now in a preview for issue 4, the surviving He-Men regroup and reflect on their recent losses, with the classic He-Men from the 1980 series apparently meeting a grim fate before Prince Adam can tap into the power of Grayskull. The unlettered preview pages, illustrated by Dan Fraga and Michael Friends, along with the cover by Inhoyuk Lee, are below. Well, this is coming from CBR, so we can't really see it right now because it's a podcast, a visual, but audio podcast as well.
Okay. Thing that I shall purchase that when it becomes in graphic novel
I think
form.
So. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've got a He-Man graphic novel. I don't know if it's like He-Man. Did He-Man and Thundercats do a thing?
Possibly.
There was some kind of team up, and it's a graphic novel that I haven't read yet. I've got mad
well, He-Man had the original Thundercat, like his cat that he used to ride, the green thing.
Cringer.
Battlecat
and Cringer. Yeah. He-Man Thundercats. Was it a DC Comics one? Yeah, that one was. That wasn't too long ago, actually. There's 6 issues.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet.
And that is from 2017, July 2017. Yeah, I think I did read a couple of issues of that, actually.
It
was decent.
Saying the exact same
thing.
It
was decent.
I remember saying, I'm going to wait for the graphic novel. And then I got the graphic novel. And it's, I got so many
I listened to loads of podcasts, but I was listening to a certain podcast, I can't remember which one it was, but they said, if anyone tells you that they're going to wait for the graphic novel, it's a lie. It's a blatant lie.
No, hang on, that's not a lie. The reason it's not a lie is because I purchased the graphic novel.
Have you read it yet, though?
It's sitting there.
Exactly.
I haven't read it yet.
Exactly. Pending.
And the thing is, that's a BS statement because I've got mad comic books that I collect that I just haven't had time to read yet. So it's like I've got mad books. So you can't just say that. I'm an adult. I'm an adult now. Do you know what? I've got mad games. I've got games. I've got video games in the sing rap. You can't say that. Like,
but have you played it though?
I mean, this is a big.
I go gym. I got.
But do you live though?
What these podcasts do? You sitting at home playing video games. That's what you do. That's you. Hey. Fuck. Hey.
So we're pending on reading, but we're going to read.
We're going to read. Speaking of reading, details on Joker's newest henchwoman, Punchline. So,
why?
Because Harley Quinn's doing her thing now. She's not the Joker's bitch anymore. You know?
Yeah, she hasn't been that for a long time.
So,
to be honest, even since the '90s cartoon, when she started hanging out with Poison Ivy, it's been that way, man. So
yeah.
But why does he need a hench? Why can't he just call death and destruction? Why? We all know.
We'll find out.
His best friend is Batman. So why does he need? Who is this female? Who is this?
Okay, so this is from.
There's gonna be a storyline. There's gonna be a storyline where we find out that the Joker had a mentor called the Setup.
Oh my god! You are just not gonna make me watch this.
The Setup, joke, punchline.
I love my job. I love my job.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can have that one.
All right. Let's get in. Let's get in.
Go
All right. So, this is from Newsarama. A brand new DC villain set to play a major role in Batman's life is already generating buzz and press interest. But who is Punchline? Writer James Tynion the Fourth has teased her appearance in a few upcoming issues, but as of yet we don't know much about the brand new character. Here's a breakdown of where we're going to see them. So we're going to see her in Batman issue 95, Joker's War storyline. She will pop up on February 19th in a one-panel camo in Batman issue 89, art by Guillaume March and Tomei Moret. 1 week later, Punchline makes her full-on debut as the Joker's latest and deadliest henchwoman in Year of the Villain, Hell Arisen, issue 3, art by Stephen Eptin and Javier Fernandez, with colour by Nick Filardi. For a closer look, check out character designs by Jorge Jimenez. You'll find.
You said that with your beard. You were like,
Jimenez. I think it's pronounced Jimenez.
Jimenez.
So you watch Power?
Okay, could be.
Jimenez.
I don't know.
Jimenez.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
And I watched Power.
If it's Spanish, they don't pronounce it.
Okay, so it'll be Jorge Jimenez.
Jorge
Jimenez. You'll find his artwork in Batman issue 90 on March the 4th, ahead of the launch of Joker War in May. Finally, a sneak peek at Stanley Artgerm Lau's variant cover for Batman issue 94 on shelves May 6th. So, yeah, we're going to get a new Harley Quinn.
Anyhow, I find out it's just DC. I'm just walking away. Forced them. I sent the papers. I'm just not about this kind of just continual abuse.
It's lame.
They need to get on.
To inflict.
They need to get on with this free Joker storyline, and
what's going on?
At the end of Batman Tom King's run, there was a little panel right at the end, which kind of spoiler alert, but like we didn't know. Basically, Superman has outed himself. He said that everyone knows that he's Clark Kent. And in the panel, there's a bit where one of Joker's henchmen is saying, this is crazy. What do you think about Batman kind of thing? Is Batman going to do anything? And Joker blatantly said he knows who Batman is anyway. So, he's got a plan about doing something about it. So, like I said, 3 Jokers and this little thing. I don't want to wait another 3-4 years for the 3 Jokers storyline to come out. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really interested in this. I'm a little bit interested, but I want to know what's going on with the Joker and all that, man.
Yeah. It's like I don't care about this Punchline. That's what's next?
Okay.
I don't even know what to say about it.
Yeah, we can move on.
The thing is, even before I knew who Harley Quinn was, so in my short life, like as a kid, I always, you know who the Joker is. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't until like the 90s where we got the animated series, he had Harley Quinn, but I always knew who the Joker was. Yeah. And even then, the Joker didn't necessarily need a henchwoman,
a partner.
He was just fine on his own.
Yeah.
Like Heath Ledger carried the Joker on his own. Michael
Morbius.
Jack Nicholson carried the Joker on his own. And the Joker, and I've read many stories where the Joker just does well on his own.
Yeah.
He doesn't need anyone really.
No,
he just does what he does and then go.
Yeah, I think this is like a thing where Harley Quinn was hot in a sense that she's bank. She brings the money in. she's doing her own thing now, so they want to bring out someone else who's similar.
Do it again.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's try it again. Let's do it with someone different.
Try it again for a new generation because they're not going to remember.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I agree with you. I agree. That's why I'm like, I'm a little interested, but not much. I want to know about this Joker, really, the three Jokers.
I'm interested in the sense that I'm curious to know what this character is going to look like, and that's as far as my interest goes.
I mean, there's pictures.
Personality-wise,
there'll be a picture of her on the thumbnail today as well. So
I'm sure when I'm on Instagram at some point, she'll pop up.
So. As long as she doesn't have the same qualities as like Bane and Poison Ivy had with like Bane, then I'm fine. Like she's her own person. She's doing what she's doing.
I think they'll do an opposite where she won't take the Joker's crap, or the Joker will treat her better than she. I think they'll change it up. I think the Joker will actually treat her better, and
you have to.
It'll be very 2020. It'll be very 2020.
Because if it's like Pussycat Dolls, it's just not going to work. Okay, it doesn't matter. How many times have you invested?
Okay. Next one is if you don't know, now you know. Spoilers. Alfred Pennyworth. He is dead. Tom King.
Okay.
Wait.
Again?
What?
Again?
Wait. What?
Oh my gosh.
No.
Oh God. So, if you don't know, Alfred Pennyworth is dead. He died in one of the Batman issues that Tom King wrote, and apparently Tom King didn't want to kill Alfred.
He wanted to kill all the other heroes, yeah? That is, yeah. He wanted to kill my heroes. And the butler, you're all about keeping the butler.
Yeah. Well, he's dead now, so...
yes, the butler.
I feel like he's old enough. No shade. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So, according to comicbook.com, and actually this is one of the podcasts I listen to, and it's actually a really good podcast because this guy he does get good people on. He gets a lot of comic book writers and artists on. He's well into the business and has been doing it for a long time. So a little bit of a plug here for him, even though I don't know him personally or anything. But he goes on. The podcast is called Word Balloon with John. I can't even pronounce his surname. Sinotres. He's actually a decent guy. He's at one of the first podcasts I listened. He was actually talking with Tom King as well, and it was actually a really good chat. But on this podcast with Tom King again, he said, I got the basically where it turns out the Batman scribe was not a fan of the decision to take Alfred off the board. Tom King has a deep love for the Caped Crusader, and it seems like the respect for the past. Are you still here? Yeah,
I'm here.
Okay,
I'm here. Sorry.
You're moving. They won't base you two.
Yeah. He has a deep respect for the past. Was a bit of a stumbling block, but unfortunately, a butler had to go, and Batman's world changed a lot as a result of the creative decision. Basically, he said, "I got the opposite pushback. I got pushed forward. I sort of had this cliffhanger where Alfred at the end could perish." And I'll put it in the script, like, of course, we'll figure this out later, and he's not dead. And DC's like, no, why isn't he? Why is he not dead? And I'm like, well, because he's Alfred, and he has to live forever because he's a fantastic character. And they're like, no, he's dead. So, yeah, he also said it's not...
And you know who DC is? Sorry to interject. You know who DC is? DC is... who's running DC at the moment?
Stupid people.
Is it James Lee?
No, not Jim Lee.
Who is it? Who's running DC?
Sean?
I forgot.
Dan Didio. Is it Dan Didio?
Dan Didio.
Is it Dan Didio?
Didio. Dan the Didio.
I thought it was Jim. What's his name? What's the artist's name?
That's, it's not him. He's running it along with him, but Dan Didio, I think, is the main guy at the moment.
I think it's between those two. Those two are like, burn him, kill him.
Yeah.
But like, I think it's a shame to kill Alfred because the Robins. It's not the Justice League. It's not all of them lot that keep Batman centered and sane.
Yeah.
It's Alfred Pennyworth. That's the last. Alfred Pennyworth is the last. I don't know. That last his childhood. That before his parents died. That's Alfred Pennyworth is it. That's his dad, because he had no one else. Everyone else came, everyone and everything else came afterwards. And to get rid of, if I was writing Batman, if you killed Alfred, I would go nuts. Because that was it. I would show how much Alfred meant.
They should have done something like a little bit more. I don't know, not creative, but like they should have done a thing of like, I don't know, Alfred, maybe he's dying, and Batman's like, I have so much technology. Maybe I can fuse Alfred into like a being or an AI, or put him in the Batmobile. Something. Make him a Knight Rider. You know what I mean?
Yeah, make it.
Something. Keep him alive. Put him in a batsuit. Something.
He was in the batsuit in one of King's issues. It looked kind of dope. It was actually a good scene, man. It was actually a good scene.
Go. But don't kill him. Yeah. It's not good. Oh no, crazy.
Carrying on what King said, he said, it's not like I wanted Alfred to die. I love the character. To me, it's a moment to show at the end of a long story Bruce's maturity. Bruce is obviously defined by the deaths of his parents and his reaction to that death, and how that drove him to become Batman and to do this utterly insane thing, which is dress up in a leather and kick and punch people in the face every day. But it's an utterly insane thing that saved the world. Then here he is. Then here he has the death of his true parent, Alfred, and his reaction to that is not the same. That's what's interesting. It's interested me about it. To me, it showed how well Alfred had raised him. When he was this little boy, he was cut off and just stuck being a little boy. Then Alfred was the one who brought him from being just this child to being this man who, when a death like Alfred's come along, he can handle it. And I'm sad to say, like most of us handle death, I'm old enough now that I've lost people close to me. It's the worst thing that can happen to you, and you never get over it, and you grieve it forever. But it also becomes part of you, and your grieving is sort of happiness because it still connects you to that person. That's a maturity to it. That's the maturity to it. So yeah.
This is I like that. That was really nice. Aww.
I mean, I didn't mind Tom King's run of Batman. I thought it was okay.
What I read, it was dope.
Yeah,
what I read.
It wasn't Greg Capullo and
their shit was just.
It was totally different, but
you got to make it your own, innit?
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah.
So
you do. And from what I've, I know I've said some stuff, but Tom King is a damn good writer. He is a good writer. He is. I'm not going to take away that from that, and he's written some dope stories. So
all right. Moving on to moving on to X-Men. My favorite bit. Giant size X-Men galore. I'm in love with X-Men at the moment. There's a couple of books at the moment that are kind of not there, but there's about 3 that I'm reading constantly. But now Marvel are releasing 5 one-shots of giant-size X-Men. It's going to all be written by Jonathan Hickman. But Hickman indeed. But the idea of these 5 giant-sized X-Men books are to showcase Marvel's top artists. So, first we're going to get, it's not just giant-sized X-Men, it's the whole X-Men. Basically what they're doing, we've got Jean Grey and Emma Frost.
That would be interesting.
Really
I would love to read that.
Really, it's going to be really interesting. If you don't know,
their dynamic, in X-Men right now, I'm loving when those two interact.
Yeah.
You feel that was sick.
So quick spoiler with the history of Jean Grey and Emma Frost. Obviously, Jean Grey and Cyclops were a couple for many years. Jean Grey died. He had a baby with a clone of Jean Grey. She came back. All that happened. Nate Summers, all that. Then they wasn't really together, but they were. And then it wasn't. And then Emma Frost, who used to be a villain, is not a villain anymore. She came to the school and started teaching. And then Emma Frost and Cyclops started to get together. Jean Grey came back. There's that rivalry between them. Then Cyclops died. Emma Frost is upset. She's really in love. Basically,
Love Island.
Yeah, I've never watched Love Island, but yeah.
I mean, I watched it once with my friend, and I was like, "This is crazy."
It's crazy.
You've got like
craziness.
You've got like Rogue and Gambit. It's like, will they? Won't they? It's like, no, it's not even about them. It's about D3. You know?
Yeah. So it's basically a book about the wife and the mistress. This is basically the book. So it will be interesting, especially with Jonathan Hickman as the writer. We've got Russell Determined, who I've pronounced out.
Russell's Determined.
I've pronounced it wrong, but he did.
I like his name is Determined. No, that's fine.
Yeah, Russell's Determined.
He's determined.
He did Thor and War of Realms, and this book is coming out on February the 26th. The synopsis is: when Storm is in danger, it's going to take two of the most powerful telepaths on Earth working together to make things right. Jean Grey and Emma Frost together again for the good of Krakoa.
See, now I have to get it. You dropped Storm in there. I gotta get it. I gotta get it.
Exactly.
I gotta get it.
Should be interesting.
For those who don't know, by the way, on Krakoa, where basically mutants live now. I can't remember if you said this in one of the last issues. Jean Grey's room, Scott Summers' room, and Emma Frost's room are interjoined.
No. It's Jean Grey, Cyclops, and Wolverine.
Oh, was it Wolverine?
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. That's even what?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Emma Frost.
In
and you know,
and basically
they've got that Wolverine was even involved in that. In that whole thing.
They've got three rules. I can't even remember the third one, but one of the rules is don't kill humans. Man, I need to. Sorry.
Don't kill humans.
Don't have sex.
No.
I think I don't want to make the rules up.
You don't.
Shizzle, I can't remember it. But one of them's don't kill humans, and the other one, the most blatant one, is make more mutants as well. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, we know. I mean, I'm surprised Wolverine hasn't made loads of humans because he's been with his ex.
Yeah, he's made a few.
He was an X-Men. Yeah.
He's made a couple.
Mutants must make other mutants,
Ooh.
new humans, and the land of it.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's it.
There we go.
But I'm thinking Emma Frost, Cyclops, and Jean Grey.
Well,
that's a square.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Use protection.
But there's one issue. Emma Frost and Jean Grey are talking because they're about to talk about something that there was going to be a big summit, and then these two talk first.
Uh-huh.
Emma Frost says something, and then Jean Grey's like, "Yeah, you like boring my things, don't you?"
Yeah.
But it was, and then it's like, go get a drink later.
Yeah.
They're living in something. That's what I'm saying.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah.
It's all cool now. But I would love. What the next comic?
So the next one
Yes.
will be followed by Nightcrawler, art by Alan Davis, who did X-Men, Excalibur, and Avengers. This one's out on March 25th, and the synopsis is an eerie tale of adventure. When the X-Men loses contact with Grey Malkin habitat, it falls to Nightcrawler to lead a mission into the unknown. Originally I was like, maybe I won't get these books, but I think maybe I will, simply because it's showcasing the top artists. I want to get it for the artwork. Normally
it's a nice collectible as well.
Yeah, normally I wouldn't get the Nightcrawler one. I don't think. But the one after,
it's only five.
Yeah, it's only 5. The next one will be Magneto.
Top of the 50 that you're buying already.
Exactly, top of the 50 I'm buying already. Magneto, with art by Ben Oliver, who did Ultimate X-Men and Thunderbolts, is out on April 29th. Krakoa may only be for mutants, but mutants still need to deal with human world around them. Magneto has a plan for that.
Magneto's always there, stirring up trouble.
Hey, yo. Magneto in X-Men at the moment is a bad man. He's a bad man. He's
as long as he is
deep. I need to read this one, definitely.
Okay.
And this one, which will probably be my favourite, the one I'm mostly looking forward to, is Phantom X, with art by Rod Reese.
Is that the 4th one?
That's the 4th one, yeah. Rod Reese, who did the AV Club and the New Mutants. This one's coming in May. A bread killer who chose the life of a gentleman super thief. Phantom X has always defied expectations. For example, who would expect him to break into the world, the artificial realm of his creation, and then again, and then again? So Rod Reese, who's the artist, said, as Jonathan Hickman and I were talking about characters for the Giant Size X-Men issue, I said I was looking for crazy and weird characters that would allow me to play with panel layouts and do crazy stuff. So we decided that Phantom X would be the perfect choice. I don't know if you guys ever read Uncanny X-Force or was it Astonishing X-Men? The last X-Men book that came out before Hickman's X-Men.
Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah.
With Wolverine, and when they killed off one team and then basically started another one.
No.
I think I've got
this one was like a few months before this new Hickman thing came out. I think it was Astonishing X-Men. And basically Xavier had died, but his consciousness was trapped in the realm where what's his name is? What's his name from Legion? The
villain.
Yeah. What was his Shadow King? Yeah.
The Shadow, yeah.
His consciousness was stuck in the Shadow King's realm. And they had to try and take him out. But basically what happened was you had Bishop, Psylocke, Phantom X, I think Gambit, and maybe Gambit was there, and maybe Rogue or someone else was there, and they went in to save Xavier. Yeah. But basically how Xavier came out was Phantom X donated his body to Xavier, so Xavier looked like Phantom X. That's how Xavier came back. But that story ended. That book, that comic arc ended, and then Hickman did this whole House of X and Powers of X, and obviously Xavier's back now, but it doesn't. What Hickman hasn't actually explained exactly how Xavier's back. Is he in his original body? Is he still in Phantom X's body? None of that has been explained. So
I assumed that he was in his original body. I didn't know that, but I knew he came back. I assumed he was in his original body because of the whole Moira.
Yeah. But it would be nice to kind of, because have that fill out, get some closure. That was quite important as well, because at that time Xavier came back, Cyclops came back at around the same time as well. So
well, and Wolverine,
exactly, yeah.
Everybody just came back. Everybody come back?
Cool.
Nobody's
there. That's cool. I think I'll read those. I'll buy those.
Yeah.
I'm just all about X-Men right now. Anyway, like anything that they drop, right? So And they took them away from us for a long... House of M was a long time ago.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Hey. Anyway.
Yay!
Cool. So
That's
the comic book reviews, and now we have the reviews, our own reviews. What have we been doing? What have we been watching, reading?
We're reading a lot, watching a lot. I think
stuff.
I've got the most, so I'm just going to tear through mine quickly.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to quickly review Sabrina Season 2, Picard, Episode 1 and 2. And then I
Have you seen Episode 3 yet?
Oh, yes, I watched Episode 3. I have. Yes, I have. And then what else did I?
Sound and Fury?
I did Sound and Fury on Netflix. Okay, let's start with that. Okay, so I watched that recently. Yeah. Weird. It almost, Love, Sex and Robots. They had that little mini series kind of thing where
it's the same people.
I really hope that gets a season 2.
It is getting a season 2.
Oh,
in production. Yeah, they should be coming back soon. Actually, it should be coming out hopefully this year. Fingers crossed. It's not by the same people. It's by, I can't remember. I'm very sorry. But they did it's basically an adaptation from a manga, and I can only describe it. There's no speaking at all. It's just music and visuals.
It's that's dope. Okay.
It is. However, it's just, I don't mind indie rock. Don't mind it. Don't mind a bit of techno. Constantly.
How they set the tone. Okay, yeah.
I had to mute it after a while because I was like, it's just pulling me away from the story. And there was one linear story of a girl, typical thing on a revenge thing. But the visuals look so good. Visuals look so good. It was just a shame that the music was just taking me out of what was happening. It was a lot of.
Did it make you furious?
It did. It made me furious. But it was really good.
Is it the same people who did it, or?
It's the same people who did Love It, but it has that kind of element to it because it jumps from different stories to story, but it always comes back to this one kind of linear story. But it's visually, it's great. Put it on mute, wonderful. Play your own music, wonderful.
Yeah.
I went on my Spotify. I was like, let me play my own playlist.
Nice.
I understand that I need dialogue. I need conversation.
Yeah.
But
how long is it?
Yeah, visually.
I was going to ask, how long are the episodes?
The whole thing is I think 40 minutes or just under an hour.
Okay.
Is it one movie?
It's one thing continuing.
Oh,
it's even though it kind of looks like you kind of when you blink and there's another story. It's kind of like that, but it all syncs into one thing. Man. It's like watching old MTV music videos. That's what
a bit like Fantasia in that sense as well. A
little bit. If Fantasia was amazing, if you don't watch Fantasia, let your children watch Fantasia. Fantasia is wonderful and educational and so much fun. Okay, crocodiles and hippos doing ballet. It's brilliant. That's what I have to say. But
that sounds good. And that was really on Netflix, right?
But that's on Netflix. It's still on. But just play it. The first 10 minutes, you're gonna be fine. After that, mute it and play your own music.
Sweet.
That's all
What's it called again?
Sound and Fury.
Sound and Fury. And it's good because there are some parts where you're like, where does the animation and CGI start?
Right.
And where does the real life bit end? You know what I mean? Because sometimes it looks real life and you're just like, am I watching a cartoon? Am I not? It's really, really good.
I just got Richard's joke.
You what?
Moments later.
A few hours later, what joke? I can't remember telling the joke.
It's fine. This is bypass.
What, when I said, ask if it made you furious?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
This is why we love you, Kieran. This is why we love you.
It's the punchline.
Oh, my days.
Amazing.
You know what the title of the episode should be now? Shut up, joke, the punchline.
Punchline. That's it. Oh, my days. Hilarious. But yes, watch Fury. It's great. It's really good. Sabrina, season 2.
Right. Yes. Go on to that. But
so did she get together with Harvey or not?
I'm not going to spoil it. Okay?
One thing I gotta say, babe.
Go ahead.
I love you. I'm talking to my babe right now. I love you, but I heard a word. It was like a binge cheat or something like that. Yeah. My lady binge cheated on me. She watched season 2 without me, so.
Oh no.
Yeah. And I loved season 1 was really good. I think we watched a few episodes of season 2, but we didn't. I didn't finish it. This.
You just don't do that.
There are certain commitments. Relationship.
When you commit to that, you do not go behind your partner's back and do that. That's
binge cheat.
It's
oh my god.
Tell us about season 2. Man.
I'm sorry, dude. I will not spoil it for you.
Go. I will watch it.
No, I know, but I want you to have the same reaction. Okay. Firstly, everybody's trajectory in season 2 is phenomenal. Yeah. Okay, phenomenal. Prudent, her man, brilliant. That's what. Sorry, let me calm down. They're brilliant. That's all I have to say. Just everything they're doing. The story. So Prince Herman. There's black people are just coming in. It's great. I love it. There was just black people just everywhere. It's amazing. And we're just fucking up shit in the right way. It's just amazing. Anyway. There is one thing. There's multiple stories. Obviously, there's a story of some new witches coming in to the mix and trying to F stuff up. Then there's the issue with obviously Sabrina running hell. Yeah. Can I say Lilith's character is the best character on this show aside from the aunties. She's amazing. She's a brilliant actor.
The auntie. I love the aunties, man. They've always even back in the days when they were like Melissa Joan Hart. Her aunties back then were good, man.
They were still the best. So you've got multiple stories going on. Basically, a competition versus pagan witches is really good. Middle, you're like, okay, they're trying to do a Back to the Future kind of thing. I don't mind doing mythical stuff and magic stuff, but then when you get into like the sci-fi with the mythical, I'm like, you don't need to do that, like, because they tried to. Anyway, you'll see.
Well, they're shooting magic in space.
They basically, timeline realignment, but then it's like, you don't really need to do that.
Were they in a DeLorean? The flux capacitor was broken, and Sabrina's like, "I got this."
You got this. A little bit.
Wands. Where we going? We don't need wands.
But literally everybody else's character has moved up 10 tier. There are some scenes with Nick.
Yeah.
Who, they're really good. Again, they figure out certain things when it comes to Sabrina and power, and so it's a really good episode. The only thing I was upset about is that I don't feel. Hopefully they're saving it for the 3rd season, but Sabrina was just here.
The 3rd season's out now, isn't it? It's out in It's the 3rd season's out in January. Was out in January.
Did I watch the 3rd season or the
I don't know, because I have not watched the 2nd season yet.
Okay, so I think I've watched the 3rd season.
Okay.
I'm talking about the 3rd season, not the 2nd season. I can't remember the 2nd season, but the 3rd season is amazing.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. So like, they're ready for the 4th season. Sorry, that's me. And Sabrina's like here.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, like they're trying to write her. I think they're just trying to find her, really, like in the show, because everybody else has
their thing.
They're so like set in who they are, and then they can just play with them. Whereas Sabrina's like, how she's talking to people, how she's like moving. I'm like, they haven't really got her yet, but she's still good.
Okay,
she's still good. You know what I mean? But everybody else is blowing it out of the park. Like
sick.
Like it's a really, really, really good season, and I'm very happy with it. Like 1,000 thumbs up.
All right.
And then lastly, quickly, sorry, I was going to say
Picard, I'll join you with Picard.
Picard.
What are you saying?
It's brilliant. See, look, this is how I feel. Kieran's doing movements, yeah, the cheeky and fist and the Wu-Tang. So I'm about it, okay? Yeah, Picard is brilliant. They didn't come with this little small fire of like, we got to tell you all about Jean-Luc Picard. No, they just threw you in there. This is Jean-Luc. He's got a little vineyard.
Yeah.
He's bored.
Yeah.
Give him something to do. Let's do this.
One thing I would say, the only thing...
Gets him out of American Dad.
The one thing I would say about Picard is that after watching the third episode, I thought they could have possibly done this in like shorter episodes, like made it like 2 or even 1 episode, I think. But hopefully now that it's got to a point where they've set everything up, everything's kind of set up now. So hopefully tomorrow actually. I mean Friday. Friday's episode.
Yeah, when it comes on normal terrestrial
on UK TV.
Yeah.
I thought it was on Amazon Prime.
Yes,
it's on Friday.
It's coming on Friday.
Friday. But yes, Friday when it does come out, hopefully episode 4 is more action based.
Yeah,
you know? There was a bit of action.
Yeah, I was a bit scared because at the first I thought, oh, am I seeing too much Professor X? Because Professor X and Picard are like similar, but they're like they have certain qualities within them that can be a bit screwed. But then
it's that
like I think he found it. He was like, oh no, I'm Jean-Luc.
Yeah.
Well, bear in mind, actors have a certain style.
They
now
do.
Imagine if Jim Carrey was playing
Dr.
Charles
Robotnik.
Xavier, then one day he's playing Jean-Luc Picard. You get Jim Carrey.
Yeah, no, but what it is because like in Wolverine, he's old, he's kind of at his last legs kind of thing.
Yeah.
And with Picard, it's in a similar kind of vein where he's old, he's kind of on his last legs, but like you said, it's slightly different because like the first episode, he's kind of like he's tired, he's done.
Yeah,
but
bless him. He was doing an action scene. I was like, no, don't make him run.
Yeah.
He's like 80.
Well, wait up.
He's like trying to run up the stairs. Jean-Luc's like,
yeah,
I'm coming. I was like, we couldn't get a body double. We could.
But yeah, it's
you know old. You know about getting old. They say carry on doing things. I promise you, when you're a certain age, you'll still be able to do them. Let the man run.
Yeah.
Yes, let him
it's not
run.
even a joke. Like,
but I feel like he didn't run, but for everybody else, run and drink water. Yes,
my great grand, my mum, mid to late 80s, she's climbing trees and picking mangoes of the trees.
Yeah, man, carry on doing.
Carry on doing what you're doing. Up them fences, man. That was a good diagram. The sword.
Pow, 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 pow.
pow.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it at the moment. One question I got to ask, simply because in our group, we was actually talking about JL. What did you think about JL?
Don't like it.
You know?
Don't like it. Don't give him a nickname. Don't do that. Like, he's not Jam. He's not.
I liked it.
When she said it, she was like, "Oh, JL." I was like, "Who the fuck is JL?" I was like, you're shortening his name." No, don't do that.
No,
don't like it.
I liked it. The only thing I didn't like about it was that she was doing it constantly. It's like you don't say Karen. Yo, what's going on, Karen? But Karen, Karen. I didn't like that aspect of it, but I liked.
That sounds mad. Please don't overuse my
exactly.
Use it sparingly.
I think it would have worked better if she just said it that once and then not constantly say it. Because for me personally, anyway, I think Sean's like he's got his fist up in the. In the chat, like he was one person I was having conversations about it as well. But yeah, I just think that it kind of shows like it's not like the old school guys. It's not like the next generation guys. It's someone new, a new crew member, someone who's new to him, and they've got their own little thing to him rather than. Yeah. So yeah, I just kind of liked it in that.
Yeah, I completely understand what you said. Like. don't overuse it, or use it in an intimate setting.
Yeah.
Like when he came to see you, you were like, go away, JL, don't want to hook to you, and then just leave it at that, because then it's like, oh, okay, they've had a moment, you know what I mean? But when she's just like RJ, I was like, oh, no, his name is Jean-Luc, okay, at least call him Jean or Luc, one of the two, like just put them together.
And Jean, no Jean.
No Jean, just but yeah, no, I do not like the
okay. I'm the only one who likes it. I'll live with that.
Okay, you're the Trekkie, Sagi.
Yeah.
But yes. But no, it's a really good show.
Yeah. And
I'm excited for where it's going. Obviously, my favourite people are there. I can't be upset.
Yeah. All I want to see is LaForge, man. I want to see LaForge. Yeah. LaForge was always my favourite, man.
Yeah. I want 7 of 9 and maybe some others. So yeah. All right. And did I have another thing? Or is this
Revival, issue 8.
Oh, yes. Quickly. Sorry, I know. Revival, issue 8 by Tim Seeley and Mike Norton. So this is, again, the continuation. I haven't read this for so long. Like, so basically in a small town of Wisconsin, I can never say that. Wisconsin. There we go. Thank you. Everybody who has died has been revived. And there are these ghost people floating around in the woods. So someone from the military obviously decided to kind of compartmentalize all of this.
Compartmentalize.
That's the word. Thank you. And she made a facility. Yeah, facility for the revivers. That's what they're called. Yeah, the revivers.
Sounds like a camp to me.
Yeah, damn right it is. And she got all the ghost people, and she figured out those people are the revived people's souls. And if you put them together, they die normally, like normal people. However, it's happening, okay? A lot is happening. So I'm going to try to scale it down. It's been a really good, interesting read. It's very nice. It's fun. The pictures are brilliant. Wait, let me show you something I'm going to show you from issue 7. It's wonderful artwork. You see that? It's lovely. It's horrifying.
Nice.
The guy doing things.
He's getting his soul put back in his body.
Nice.
Don't do that.
Yeah. But it's been really good. This girl, I always forget her name. M. Cypress. She's the daughter of a police officer. She was murdered in a lake with a crowbar. But I don't know. But the person who murdered her was trying to, keep his immortality, but didn't realize that she was pregnant. So she revived.
Sounds like a joke. Did he do it?
She revived and is dead, but is growing a baby.
Ooh.
Amazing. Anyway, so this is like coming up to like the penultimate end of how everybody can be put back into their bodies and into their souls, but the souls have gone kind of like, and decided not to go back into the bodies because they want to kill people, so they're just jumping into random people and murdering them. And this issue 8 is to see the birth of, will it be a revived child, or will it be a ghost child, or will it be both? Yeah, tipping the scales of life and death. It's a good read. It's slightly confusing.
It sounds interesting. It sounds good, man. And
watched that.
Who's the artist again?
Watching it would be good. I would like to actually see. You know what I mean? You kind of like how Fargo. You know how Fargo. He did it like that, but obviously with all of this madness in there, it'd be actually really good. It is a really good read. I was about to say animation. The illustration is amazing artwork. Thank you, darling. Yes, the artwork is amazing. I just want to show you another thing. Where was I? I mean, like, come on.
Yeah,
it's
that's
great.
good, man.
Same with the crowbar. Old people are getting,
yes,
great. They're not ageist in this. There's a lot going on.
That old dude just ran off in his joggings,
No, but it's a really good read. But because good chunky graphic novel, like you kind of have to zone in and focus.
Nice.
But it's really good. I'd give it a 9.9. Oh, no, 10 out of 5. So like a 4.9. 9. Just
Oh,
because
wow,
obviously
yeah.
I finished everything. So read Get Yourself Revival. I know I'm like way behind, but yeah, go for it.
All right.
Thumbs up.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's all my reviews done. There we go. Okay, oh my God.
Kieran? Your reviews?
What are you reviewing?
I have read. I'm sure I've read something at some point. But then 2 weeks went by and it became irrelevant. But during those 2 weeks, I got some shizzle in the pizzos.
He did. He was going to review Titans, but he doesn't want it.
Yeah, I was going to review Titans, but I don't even remember how that ended.
I told you!
I might have been high when I was watching it.
I mean, how can you not be high watching these things?
With like natural brain...
Tea.
What do you call it? Like when your brain is excited. Anyway, I digress. I got some figures. Let's talk about that. So figures are great. I love Marvel Legends. I also collect Marvel Legends, and I've got 2 thumbs. First one I'm going to show you is this one, which is Dr. Reed Richards from the Fantastic Reviews. Basically, this one is based off of the current Fantastic Four comic book, which I am far behind.
Yeah, same here, man.
But he looks dope. It looks dope. It basically looks like the same face as my other Reed Richards, and he's even doing a raised out. Hang on.
Raised eyebrow. He's got a black suit on. What's that about? What's happening?
Yeah, no, it's from the comic book. That's how they're dressing in the latest run of who's really Dan Slott?
Yeah, it's Dan Slott.
Yeah, Dan Slott's run. Who's amazing, by the way. His writing is just, and he's got fingers that are just doing this. Long. And
he's got a beard as well.
Oh yeah, and he's got the beard. Love Reed Richards with the beard. What I'm gonna do?
Is it detachable?
No. That'll be some feature. That they'll just give him a different head, which I could just take from the other figure.
Yeah, you can put the other one.
Anyways, that's that. And then I've got another Johnny Storm. This is awesome. Same kind of suit, and this is awesome because from what I know about reviews, it's shorter than the one in him in All Flame. But I'm just happy that I have a Johnny Storm who's All Flame, and one that isn't.
Has flame.
Yeah. Just like flaming, but not that kind of flaming.
Each flame sold separately.
And I like that actually looks like Johnny Storm from when I grew up watching the cartoon or where that like I would know instantly that's Johnny Storm. So
Johnny!
Booyah! I'm happy about this one because I missed out on her before. What is she called? Sue Storm. I don't know why she didn't take Reed Richards' last name or whatever. Why she's Sue Storm Richards? I don't know. This is dope. I love that it comes with that big ass shield. People like, and I have like shield. It's gonna be dope. I missed out on the last figure of her. I really tried to get it, so I'm really happy that I have it. I have her now. My female collection of heroes is insane right now.
It is.
It is an X-23.
Dope.
Nice.
It's just dope. I love this figure. Look at it. It's just dope. And another one that I missed out on that I'm really happy that I've got is this one's heavy. The Thing.
Nice. You got the whole wave.
Clobbering time.
Alright. When I found out, I was like, I'm not buying this individually. I just need to take my money. Let's take it. Everything. I can't wait to post this with like I don't know, the Hulk or a Luke Cage. Yeah. Oh, Luke Cage. Got plans for these figures, man. And I mean, this one is, from what I hear, isn't as good as the previous wave. I'm just glad I got it. I think the coloring is pretty dope. His face looks sick, and he comes with 2 scroll heads.
Yeah.
I can just take his head off. Scroll head on. Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion is happening in my figures. I'm gonna do Secret Invasion with my figures, yo. And then
Season 2 coming soon.
Yeah.
Got the Hulk, but not the Hulk you're thinking of. She-Hulk, who is now Hulk.
Oh my god, I love her crop top right now.
Yeah. Looks sick.
I love this figure. When I get figures that I'm really excited for, I take like a long time to take them out of the boxes.
Yeah.
Because I'm that excited.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's like you just want to
weird,
keep them fresh.
Yeah. So I'm that excited that she's gonna stay in the box for ages.
Yeah.
Yay!
But this is dope. I can't wait to do that poster with like. I've got an idea with her. I've got an idea with her, my Old Man Logan figure, and my Hulk figure. That I'm gonna
Season 2. Season 2, people.
And then
best one
figure that I
best one.
Yeah, it's the best one. And from what I know about the reviews, this is the best one that they've made thus far. So
I actually
really
want to get another one.
This is my very first
Doctor
Doom.
Doctor.
This is so. Not only do I have the Fantastic Four in their entirety, but I also have their villain. Like, come on.
Yeah.
There's no point in having the Fantastic Four if you don't have Doctor Doom. Like, come on. Like,
this is good.
So that's why I'm happy. And also they build Super Skrull, and I can't show you that, but there's little bits.
Slightly
that's
excited,
that.
people. Yeah.
That's that. Happy. As soon as I do, I actually left work early because it was just like wherever this place. I just left, and
Happy Black History.
I was gonna read. White Knight issue 6, but then I fell asleep. So I was just review some figures, and my review is they rock.
Out of 5.
Sorry.
Out of 5.
Out of 5, I'll give them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.2.
5.2.
5.2 out of 5.
Yeah.
Nice.
The thumbs up here at the source.
Breaking the scale, man.
Man like Richie Rich.
Source will approve my Fantastic Four Build-A-Figure Super Skrull wave.
Nice.
To you, Richard.
Speaking of Fantastic Four, I read a comic and it was X-Men plus Fantastic Four. Yeah, this.
Damn it! Spoilers. I'm waiting for man to show up in the post.
Oh, mate, this one's.
Say talk.
This one's by Chip Zdarsky, and the artist's name is Terry Dodson. Penciler. Terry Dodson and Rachel Dodson are the inkers. Basically,
the Dots.
Yeah, the Dodsons. So basically, this comic is with the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. As we all know by now, if you've been listening to us or reading the comics, the X-Men have their own island called Krakoa, where it's not just the X-Men, but all mutants are welcome to this place. Not space. It's an island. Basically, every mutant is welcome there. They are a sovereign country now. They have diplomatic immunity. And basically,
I love that.
With Jesus, why am I forgetting his name? With Franklin Richards being pretty much an Omega level mutant, and actually I would say he is the most powerful mutant in the Marvel universe.
He is.
He is obviously the son of the Fantastic Four, who are humans. So Magneto and Xavier are literally hatching a plan to get Franklin Richards into Krakoa and be amongst his people. Now, back in the days when Kitty Pryde, this was probably in the 80s, maybe.
Love you,
I can't remember the exact comic, what issue it was and all that, but she was dying, and there was something with Franklin Richards. They connected back then, so Xavier summons Kitty to talk to her about the Franklin. What they're planning, well, not exactly what they're planning to do. Basically, they want to go to the Fantastic Four and pick up Franklin Richards, and they're kind of using Kitty, or Kate Pryde, as she wants to be known as, or Kate. They want her to be with them so she can kind of connect with Franklin again. And she's like, oh, I don't even know if he'll remember me. Xavier's like, yeah, of course he will. So basically, we move on to the Fantastic Four and read basically what's happening with Franklin Richards is previously Jonathan Hickman did Secret Wars. If you all remember that, that's when
when they got rid of the Fantastic Four.
Well, no, they got rid of the whole pretty much Marvel universe. Doctor Doom was God.
Sounds like a Thanos thing right now. Go ahead.
And then at the end of it,
that was a dope story.
It was sick,
I really
man.
enjoyed that.
It was sick. The Fantastic Four disappeared, and they went off to rebuild the universe, basically, with Franklin. So, if you don't know Franklin's powers, he can pretty much do anything he wants. He's got the power to control anything. He can make anything out of nothing.
My
but the problem is
introduction to Franklin.
But the problem is his powers are diminishing, so he's getting weaker and weaker every time. So Reed Richards is trying to figure out what is going on with him and what's happening. Apparently he gets stuck at some point, and he's like, okay, I'll still work at it, but he's got to do other things. Obviously Franklin's a bit peed off that he's, you're the most, you're the most smartest person in the world, and you can't figure out what's going on with me. So he's peed off about it. He storms off. Next thing, he's having a drink with his uncle Ben, which is the Thing. Basically, they're having a conversation, and Franklin's blatantly like he's saying, I'm going to spoil it a little bit for you, but he said, Ben's like, I get it, kid, I do, but trust me, this superpower garbage ain't everything. I'd gladly live a normal life with Alicia, being a regular handsome instead of, chiseled handsome. And Franklin's like, come on, Uncle Ben, it's not the same thing. There wasn't any downsides to my powers. I could still be, me, just a better version. But Dad, he doesn't want, and he interrupts, Franklin, you're old man, he's doing his best. Franklin's like, is he? Dad's the smartest man alive. He solves the universe's problems daily. So why is it exactly that the two problems he can't solve are you and me? And and there has
great dialogue like
the
that.
thing is there has been an issue when I'm trying to remember the story arc, but there was a point where he could have, I think it was actually Secret Wars back in the days though, Secret Wars 2 or Secret Wars 1, and Richards could have changed him back to human, could have changed Ben Grimm back to human, and Franklin asked him, were you going to do it? And he says no, he doesn't think that he wants to do, he doesn't, basically he didn't do it, and he could have done it, but he didn't do it.
He wants the team more than he wants everybody to be
right.
happy. Sounds like Professor Xavier. No.
Yeah. So then Johnny Storm comes in.
Professor Xavier and Reed Richards were on the same Illuminati team.
They are.
Oh dear.
Well, it gets deeper. It gets deeper. Basically,
can't wait to keep this.
Johnny comes in. He's saying, "Yo, we got a problem. Come out. The X-Men are outside. So you got. Well, you're coming up to the Fantastic Four mansion or their house, and you got Wolverine, Iceman, Bishop, Pyro, Storm, Magneto, and Xavier. It's not exactly you coming in for a cup of tea.
Saying a house.
Yeah. Next thing, they're in the house drinking a cup of tea, and they're talking, and Xavier's speeching them, saying, Franklin's one of us. He needs to come back with us. He needs to be with his people. Obviously, you've got Sue and Reed. They're like, especially Sue. She's like, "You coming here to take my kid away? What do you think this is like?" And then things start to get out of hand. Sue traps Magneto, and he's starting to get angry. And Xavier's trying to calm things down. As he always does. Suddenly Kitty comes in. No one's actually speaking to Franklin. They're all just bickering at each other, telling each other what Franklin should be doing. Kitty comes over to Franklin while everyone's arguing, and she's like, "Hey, do you want to get out of there? Like, let's go." And he's like, "Yeah, come then." So they're talking, they're having a conversation, and they're just having a decent conversation. Suddenly Johnny turns up and he's like, "What, are you trying to kidnap him? What the hell's going on?" And then everyone else comes out.
Oh Lord!
So there's a little scuffle going on. You know,
yes, there is.
Yeah, there's got to be a scuffle.
Superheroes can't meet up and just
that never ever happens.
You got to show that they're stronger than the other superhero. Otherwise, what's the point of being a superhero?
Exactly.
Meanwhile, across town,
so yeah, they're all trying to scuff, and Franklin's like, "Screw this." Basically, with Krakoa, they have gateways, that like plant gateways where you can just walk through and you can turn up in Krakoa. So there's certain places in the world where you can just see a gateway, you walk in, and you'll be in Krakoa. Now this gateway is you can only get through there if you're a mutant, or if you're a mutant with someone. If you're traveling with a human, you've got a limit. I think it's like +1 or something. Yeah. So
you got mutant power.
Yeah. So Franklin's like, "Screw this, I'm out of here." He runs to one of the gates and he just runs right through it, and it's like, what the hell? What's going on? And it's like, everyone's like shocked, and then Reed Richards is like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I knew this might happen, so I created a device that masks your mutant gene, which prevents you from accessing the gates."
Oh,
wait, hang on.
He couldn't go through it because Reed Richards planted something in him to.
Nanotech.
Whoa!
It's like.
Whoa! Is that why his powers are
probably not, but we don't know. So
you done mussed up your son's DNA.
Time. I feel like I should binge read Fantastic Four.
I need to catch up on Fantastic Four myself. I really do. I really do. But
I can't remember.
At the end of that, the comic's not finished. But at the end of that, Xavier walks away and he's like, "It would appear that you're right, Reed. I suspect this will resolve itself in time." Yeah, so
no tea, no show.
There's a bit more that goes on, and at the end, the cliffhanger at the end is pretty decent. So it's a good read. Man.
Get in. Okay, out of 5.
My issues to show up.
I'll give it a 4.25. I think. Yeah, it was a very good read. It wasn't perfect. The art. Some people like the art. I don't really like it that much, to be honest. There's some bits where Franklin looks like a man, like an older man, and it just I don't know. I don't know.
Benjamin Buttoning and
yeah,
we don't want that. No.
It's just weird. I'm no artist myself, so I can't really comment about it. But
you know what you like.
I feel like if you know enough of it, you can you know what you like and you can appreciate.
There's just some bits that are like, but yeah, the story itself and it is 4.25, man, definitely. So yeah, definitely get that. Source will approve, like you said. The other thing, my last review is Locke and Key season 1. Now,
yes,
watched all that already.
Sunday was a very bad day for me. About 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I was like, you know what? I'm done. I just want to chill, sit down. I put Locke and Key on, and I ended up going to bed at probably about 1:30, 1 o'clock. I think I fell asleep half an hour before the last episode finished, and then I watched the last episode in the morning.
Hilarious. I did that with you on Netflix.
I heard that was good.
So funny.
I need
Go
to
ahead.
watch that. I haven't watched
this series is sick. It is really good. I didn't read the comics, but this series is really good. Basically, a family moves back to their house. It's slight spoilers because this happens right at the beginning anyway. But the father gets killed, and the wife and the 3 kids move back to his childhood house. And basically, with the childhood house, it has some secrets in there where there's some keys hidden around the house, and the keys can do certain things. So you got like the head key, which you can put in someone's head, and then you can go in like you put it in their head, and they'll pause, and then another one of them will be next to them, and then like a door would open, and you can walk into that door, and inside that door is all their thoughts and their memories and stuff. And so you can go in there, look at memories, and there's another key that you can put inside any door, and then you if you think about a specific door, as long as you've seen the door, you can walk through the door and end up in that place. So it's like a teleporting device in a sense, but you have to have seen.
Key.
You have to have seen that door. There's another key that if you can open the door, and if you walk through it, your body would fall over. Your body would die, but then you'll become a ghost, and then you can just do your ghostly things. Where's another key? There's loads of different keys, man, that can do different stuff, and it's just basically about. It's kind of a bit like a heist kind of thing as well, where someone else is looking for the key. There's some like old school family things that happened back in the days that the kids are kind of trying to figure out what happened, what these keys are about, what happened to the father, what's going on with certain people in the town. And it's definitely one to watch. Like for me, I thought I'd watch only like 5 episodes, 6 episodes or something, but it was good, and I binged the whole lot, man. It was really, really good.
How many episodes is it?
It's 10.
Oh, it's 10.
So,
nice.
Yeah, definitely.
That's first season.
Definitely recommend that. That again, I'll give that a 4.5 out of 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 4.5.
I'm gonna be watching that one.
Yeah.
I watched because someone I follow on Instagram told me I was looking. He suggested it to me. I was like, all right,
yeah.
Like a couple of weeks later, he messaged me again, like, oh, that comic I told you about, there's a trailer for it. It's coming out on Netflix. I was like, what? Watch the trailer. It looks sick. And I showed my mum the trailer the other day as well. And I'm like, this looks like a good watch.
It was
so
definitely a good watch. Definitely a good watch.
Big up the mumsies who watch Netflix.
Yes, sir.
Mumsies around the world.
My mum's dope. She watches dope. She's like, cool show. We've had this conversation before. That's fine.
All right. Let's go on to the final comic pool list news.
Ooh, we've covered so much.
Have.
Oh my God.
It's been a fat issue.
We're an hour and 40.
This is the funniest issue.
An hour and 47 in. So
Damn.
Time for the last
segment.
Okay.
Now it's time for the last portion of our show.
Comic pool list number 1. X-Men issue 6 by Jonathan Hickman, Matteo Buffagini, Lenny Francis Yao. Mystique goes to extraordinary lengths to get what she wants.
What else is new?
No.
Mystique being Mystique.
This one is if you've been reading X-Men, you can see that this one could be a tipping point, because Mystique, she's got a girlfriend who's called Destiny, and Destiny can tell the future. At the moment, Destiny is dead, and with Krakoa, with Krakoa, mutants can't die anymore. Basically, they've gotten rid of that whole thing where people die and they come back, and like what we was talking about earlier with Xavier and all that. They've figured all that out now. But the only thing is, there's so many mutants that are dead. They're trying to bring them back. So there's kind of like a call list, basically. So it's going to take quite a few years to get everyone resurrected again. So, but Xavier and Magneto sent Mystique on a mission, and what she wants Destiny to be resurrected and come back. Fair enough. That's nice. That's all good.
The thing
is,
I know there's a.
There's no what's the pronunciation? Cognitives. Something. There's no basically
trolls to bring her.
No, there's no people who can tell the future. Basically, they haven't brought anyone who can tell the future. precogs. There's no precogs there, and basically Magneto and Xavier don't want to bring Destiny back. So, and Mystique is the type of person you don't want to F with, because she's got mad skills and she can F people up.
The thing is,
sorry, just one thing. And with issue 1, with Sabretooth being banished, and Mystique and Sabretooth used to roll together quite deeply, right? So, yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, because remember the whole thing, Destiny was the one who told Moira McTaggart basically her end, how many goals she has. And if Mystique brings her back, I remember there was like a should we bring Destiny back, because it could ruin the whole thing. And from when they recruited Mystique, I was like, Krakoa sounds nice on paper, well, when you got someone like who doesn't care if humans and mutants live well together or apart, she doesn't care.
The dog with a bone.
Mystique has her own agendas. Even like people like Sabretooth, they have their own agendas.
Exactly.
When people have agendas, that's when things tend to go wrong.
Exactly.
So I'm loving Krakoa at the moment. I just know. At the end of the day, human mutants, people are people. You know what I mean? And people are going to be people, and Krakoa will fall at some point. And
I think this could be.
I can't wait.
Exactly, this could be the start of it. Okay, so the next comic is Clock issue 2.
So I've never heard of this comic. I was just looking for like something to put on the list, but it sounded really interesting. So it's issue 2 of 4. It's by Image, by Matt Hawkins, and when aggressive cancer begins spreading through humanity like a virus.
Just entertained. Carry on.
One scientist will sacrifice anything for answers. Is it a global eugenics conspiracy? The beginning of World War III? And can he get to the bottom of it before it takes over what's left of his family? Find out. Clock. Issue 2. I mean, it sounds like a whole lot of like what's going on now as well. So I was like, let me.
Corona.
Right. Not a virus.
Click. Next one is X-Force issue 7 by Ben Percy, Joshua Cassara, and Dustin Weaver. Misfortune strikes. Domino's luck seems to be changing. Can she find the source of her misfortune before it costs lives all over the world? And has Colossus healed enough to help her or even himself? Basically, parental advisory. Basically,
I have a question about Domino.
Yeah.
What happens when she's around that guy whose mutant powers are luck?
Which guy?
What's his name? He wears blue. He's blonde. He's got like, I think he has a blinky eye. Come on.
Bucky.
He was in the X-Men. He was in the X-Men 90s X-Men cartoon where they went to Mojo. He works for Mojo in
what's his name? What's his
Starlight.
name? No, it's Shatterstar. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, do they count?
Maybe,
they might do.
Yeah, maybe he showed up and her. She can't have a luck.
That's what happens when you get that demon dick. Be careful, ladies. Okay.
With Domino, basically, she got kidnapped. Parts of her have been cut off, so she's missing some of her luck, and someone else has got her luck, and they're going on some assassinating mission, and let's see what happens. This one I'm really looking forward to, man. Definitely looking forward to. Yeah.
That sounds good. Ooh. What's next?
Batman vs. Ras Al Ghul, issue 4 of 6.
I had no idea that this comic even existed, and I'm quite upset. And I will be getting a graphic novel, and I will read it. So,
Pending.
Batman vs. Ras Al Ghul by Neil Adams, publisher, DC Comics.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dead Man's intervention into Dead Man's intervention into Chiara. Okay, for once I can't pronounce it. Keep Batman out of this dimension as she reveals a hidden connection.
Meanwhile,
Bruce Wayne has invited Ras Al Ghul to Wayne Manor for afternoon tea. Oh, I love dialogue. They're gonna talk. I love it when they do that. Okay. It would be like, detective, how many times have you tried to?
Now he's suddenly got a little Barbadian Trinidadian accent. Nice.
That's how I was trying to do it the way it sounds, and that's just like came out.
They've been on holiday. Slightly. That's hilarious.
We've got one more, but I decided to put a bonus on because I think we should recommend these two as well. But the next one is Gutt Ghost Seek Out Sensation one shot.
It is by Enzo Graza, publisher, Scout Comics. I literally read the premise and I was like, he's a Gutt Ghost? Hilarious. Anyway, it was, as seen in Heavy Metal magazine, a special one-shot of everyone's favorite intestinal ghost. Whilst visiting the city, Gutt Ghost runs into an old friend named Sensation Bomb. Boom. Sorry, I got excited. Sitting on a stoop and going through a box of comics, Sensation as you do. Sensation shows off some rare issues, including ones featuring Gutt Ghost himself, consumed by tales from his past in print. Gutt fails to realize a literal growing danger behind him in the form of a yellow button red. I don't know what that means, but I'm just excited. What exactly is a yellow button red? Well,
it's blue.
We'll tell you this. They ain't pretty, and they will eat just about anything for a laugh. Thankfully, Sensation is no stranger to the likes of the Yellow Button Red Gang. Time to see Sensation. Boom. There we go. Just for you people. That
sounded like a whole bunch of what?
I know, but I just was.
That's not how they say it in Spanish, but.
But yeah, so Gutt
intense. We all get those sometimes.
Yeah. Too much dairy.
Too much.
Oh man, got them guts.
Okay, what's our bonus?
Bonus is Gwen Stacy. Gwen Stacy.
Everybody, ladies and gentlemen. So this is Gwen Stacy.
We've been going on for nearly 2 hours.
This is Gwen Stacy. I can't say her name. This is Gwen Stacy, issue 1 of 5. Jimmy. By Christoph Gage and Todd Hughes. Publisher. Not DC Comics. So first, Gwen Stacy's amazing adventures. Gwen and Peter may not have met until Amazing 1 back in the Disney, but that doesn't mean Gwen's life began on that page. Learn the never-before-told origin of Gwen Stacy, top of her class, daughter of the police captain, and as her friend Harry Osborn calls her, the beauty queen of Standard High. Way more than that. Gwen's got a sign. It's a.
Alright, the last bonus is Thor issue 3.
It had a reading it. Cut off. And I was like, I'm reading here.
You can roll up. Do you want me to finish it?
Flow of my voice acting ability.
Okay.
Voice real pending. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, Thor issue 3 by Donny Cates, Nick Klein, and Oliver Capel. The Battle of Two Storms. It's Mjolnir versus Stormbreaker. As Thor's old ally Beta Ray Bill makes a thunderous entrance, but what has put the two friends at odds? And can the king of Asgard convince the Corbinite to let him continue his bloody mission to save all that is?
Rated T.
Where was it during War of the Realms? Was he there?
I don't think he was.
What was he doing? War of
He's
the
off.
Realms was happening.
Yeah, I think he was chilling
Eating
because
grass.
no, he went on a fat Thor flex because because that was during the time when the Inhumans got killed off, and what's their dog's name called again? I can't remember I can't remember his name, but anyway, I think the dog died or something happened to the dog, or he thought the dog died.
Not the dog.
And
where's John Wick when you need him?
Yeah, okay. And then he went on a fat Thor binge, and the next time you saw him after that, he was fat and drinking beer and basically doing all that. But now he's back in shape and ready to kick Thor's ass. He's actually after Galactus, so it should be interesting.
Last time I saw Baby Bill was in what was that comic? Unworthy 4.
Yeah, that was sick. That was sick. And you know what else was sick?
Anyway,
this issue of the Source Wall, issue 76, was sick.
It was amazing.
We've come to a close, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to do a plug for our? I'm not wearing it.
Yeah. So if you like, you can catch our merchandise on Teespring, and if
TEE.
Yep. You can go to teespring.com/store/The Source Wall, and you can find some lovely t-shirts, hoodies, and
scarves and gloves, because it is cold.
We don't have scarves or gloves.
Okay, well then we'll get your hoodie.
We got hoodies. Yes.
Okay.
Put them.
Yep. If you want to check us out, we're obviously on Twitch live around. We try to come every Wednesday at 7:30ish, but sometimes we just can't make it, and we have to postpone an issue or two. But normally you can catch us here on Twitch around 7:30ish on Wednesdays. We would then upload to YouTube a day or two after, depending on Wagwan. It should be up there tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're on. You can rage for greatness. We're on Twitter at The Source Wall, Instagram at The Source Wall, Facebook at The Source Wall, SoundCloud if you want to listen to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, all of it. Even the Google podcast. We are at The Source Wall. Okay. And yeah, talk to us. Check us.
Talk to us.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Indeed.
See you next week.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Don't forget to bring down Richard.
Travel safely.
Amazing.
I zoned right out.
Thank you. Take care.